What's good, YouTube? Sensational Sincerest here, and I'm back with another Tom Clancy's The Division Vendor Reset video. We're here for August 20th, 2021's vendor reset. So let's get right into this to see what we got good for this week. Okay, for our first gear items, head over to the base of operations. Here, the weapons vendor has a heavy magazine spring. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the gear vendor here. We got a prototype stamina mod with 213 stamina and 3% damage to elites. And also here we got a prototype performance mod with 5% support station healing speed. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the advanced weaponry vendor, and here we got a military AK-47M. Next here we got a double barrel shotgun. Also here we got a military MK-46. Next here we got a small grip red. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the special equipment vendor, and here we have a Cassidy. Next here we have a historian. Also here we have a liberator if you like this weapon. Also here we have a custom M870 MCS. Next here we have a SRSA1. Also here we got a tactical mask with the talent Tenacious. Next here we have a tactical pack with the talent Relentless. Next here we have a prototype electronics mod with 261 electronics and 2,902 health. Also here we have a prototype performance mod with 7.50% Seeker Mine explosion radius. Next here we have an extended magazine. Also here we got a large suppressor FDE. Next here we have a 5.52 hollow sight. For our next gear items, head over to the meat locker. Here the weapons vendor has a Lova C. For our next gear items, head over to Camp Clinton. Here the special equipment vendor has a pecan if you like to run this weapon. Next here we got a Cassidy. Also here we got a tactical mask with the talent Rehabilitated. Next here we have an operator pack with the talent Relentless. Next here we have a prototype stamina mod with 266 stamina and 2% all resistance if you like that attribute. Next here we have a prototype performance mod with 7% turret health. Also here we got a loud vent break. For our next gear items, we're still at Camp Clinton. Head over to the special blueprints vendor, and here we got a first wave PF45 blueprint with a gear score of 256. Next here we have a military M9 blueprint with a gear score of 256. Also here we have a vertical grip foliage green blueprint with a power level 34. For our next gear items, head over to Dante's Run. Here the gear vendor has an operator vest with a talent Rapid. And also here we have a prototype firearms mod with 265 firearms and 1% critical hit chance. For our next gear items, head over to Autumn's Hope. Here the gear vendor has a prototype performance mod with 5.50% first aid ally heal. For our next gear items, head over to the Ward. Here the gear vendor has a gunslinger vest with the talent Vigorous. For our next gear items, head over to the Southpaw. Here the gear vendor has an operator pack with the talent Specialized. And also here we have a prototype performance mod with 4% mobile cover damage resilience. For our next gear items, head over to the Firewall. Here the gear vendor has a prototype electronics mod with 197 electronics and 4% damage to elites. For our next gear items, head over to East 64th Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone gear mod vendor has a prototype performance mod with 5% ballistic shield damage resilience. For our next gear items, head over to East 61st Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone weapon mod vendor has a high velocity magazine. And also here we have a large suppressor FDE. For our next gear items, head over to East 46th Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a lightweight M4. It's not really a good roll, but I figured I'd mention it. Next here we have a tactical vest with the talent Reckless. Also here we have a prototype performance mod with 4% turret damage. For our next gear items, head over to East 42nd Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has an M700 carbine. Next here we have a tactical pack with the talent Specialized. For our next gear items, head over to the 5th Ave checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a double barrel sawed-off shotgun. Here's a tip: I would use this weapon in a lot of my PvP fights, and what I would do is make sure I would have Predatory, Rotus Fierce for Sustain, and Keep the Determined, so every time I get a smack, I'll proc all 3 of those talents. Also here we have a tactical pack with the talent Inventive, and also here we have an extended magazine. For our next gear items, head over to DZ3 Safe Room. Here the Dark Zone weapons vendor has a converted USC. Next here we have an SRSA1, and also here we have a tactical M249 Para. For our next gear items, head over to DZ9 Safe Room. Here the Dark Zone weapon mod vendor has a large suppressor FDE. Alright everybody, that's it for our Tom Clancy's The Division Vendor Reset video for August 20th, 2021's Vendor Reset. I hope everybody tuned into it, found them something that they needed. Smash on that sub and like button, y'all. I appreciate that support. And my bad on that last week, missing that vendor reset video. We had a bad storm and it knocked our power out. And my bad on that. But I'll see y'all with the next one, everybody. Take care. Peace.